Top of the morning, guys, and thanks a million for tuning in on my channel once again. Yes, I'm back with yet another video, and politicians from all around the world will not be happy after this one, cause I'll tell you the sad truth about their so-called politics and why you shouldn't give two shits and a fuck about them. I know I sound a bit harsh, but think about it for a second. Why should you give a fuck about people who don't give a flying fuck about you? I gave up voting several years ago for two simple reasons. 1. Most politicians are not trustworthy at all, and 2. Nothing really changes anyway once you give them your vote, so why bother? And don't get me wrong, I'm in favor of democracy, but if you think politics these days is about true democracy, you are living in a fantasy world. Yeah, you get the picture. And the fact is that 21st century politicians are about to fuck true democracy up big time. And in this short video, I'll give you 3 very good reasons why you shouldn't waste your time on politics and why there is absolutely no reason to vote for any of those dickheads. Let's jump right into it. The very first reason why you shouldn't vote is that politicians lie, and if you've paid the slightest attention to international politics, this doesn't even come as a surprise. They will give you the impression that they are in politics to make your life better, but once they get elected, they turn into instant assholes, and at this point, they don't give a shit about you. If they had the balls to tell the truth, they would say something like, "Hey dude, we don't give a fuck about your well-being, we only care about power." And that is the case with most people that reach the top. Or no, on second thought, that is exactly why they reach the top. These people are not in politics because they want to make your life better or because they want to make the world a better place, but that is the lie they want you to believe. Think about it, guys. The people who make our lives better are the nurses you will find working their asses off in hospitals and hardworking people at retirement homes or daycare centers, and how many politicians will you find there? Yes, that's right, you will find no one. And this brings me to my second point, which I mentioned already. Politicians lie. There are different ways of lying, but one of the more refined and often used ways is the art of deception, and politicians are highly skilled when it comes to this art form. They create a false belief in you, and even though you know this is not true, you end up believing their bullshit. Yes, it is the old and well-proven story about telling a lie enough times and eventually it becomes the truth, and why not use money as an example, because money and politics go hand in hand. But wait a minute, politicians are not in politics because of money, right? Or at least, that is what they'll tell you over and over again, trying to turn this big fat lie into the truth. Hell, they almost make us believe they would do it for free, right? So if it isn't about the money, we have to ask ourselves, why the fuck politicians have these high wages? Why not settle for less, like average workers? Yes, you guessed it. That is because money is one of the main reasons they got into politics in the first place. They just don't have the balls to admit it. Money, power, and fame. No, I can't stand those celebrity politicians who don't know the first thing about real politics, but pretend to know everything combined with their subtle dog whistle bullshit political lies. Oh, sorry, got a bit carried away there. I think I'll save this for another video. Sorry about that. Let's move on to the third and final reason for why you shouldn't care about 21st century politicians. And yes, you guessed it, politicians lie. Corruption is everywhere in politics. It is sad and a sure sign of greed. But once you're in the center of power, it is apparently hard not to be tempted. It isn't enough for politicians to get high wages. No, they spend most of their political careers lobbying for better jobs in the future. Time that should be spent on politics, by the way, and lobbying quite often brings corruption along with it. And there's really no reason to go in depth with corruption and nepotism, because it's so obvious it makes me puke. And if you thought that shit like this only happened in third world countries, well then the joke's on you. Anyways, I think you get the picture. It has been this way for years, and this is why I stopped wasting my time on politics. But I haven't given up just yet, because the day I hear one of them say something like, "Hey, I'm full of shit, you should vote for me," I'll consider giving him my vote, because at least he's honest. Thanks a million for watching, and if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, and feel free to share it too. Peace.